Haiiileen. I'm a multi-dimensional artist here on the Color and Light amazing show, just curated by the amazing Jill at the Coral Springs Museum of Art. We are...
Yes, Claudio Marcotulli, also artist in this in the exhibition. So beautiful, and I'm happy to be here, part of it.
Yes. So we're both really crazy artists that love light and color and everything in between. So I'm really excited. Okay, first of all, what's your favorite color?
Blue.
How can you choose?
I don't know. I think since a child I say blue, so I stick it with it.
No,
I
no,
shouldn't
no.
choose?
No, we need to live in life in full spectrum.
Well, blue is the sky, and the sky means to fly.
But the sky is also reflective because of the ocean.
It's true.
So how can you choose?
Yeah, if I have to choose
I
between
like
the ocean
diffractions.
and the sky, I wouldn't be able to choose.
True. So what inspired you to build the pieces that you have here at the exhibition?
I think what inspired me is existentialist matters. Things that has to
Very
do
casual, right? Very casual. Existential matters. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I like to. Hello. I can break the ice.
Sorry, I just need a glass of wine.
I have my cup with
Salute!
Salute.
Salute! Yes! Cheers, guys! May we forever live in art and full spectrum.
Yes.
Yes.
Let
So
me ask
existential matters. I understand.
Yeah. You're quite existential too.
I'm not human. I am definitely from a different planet, and I'm just visiting and
Okay.
producing work based off of my findings.
Okay. That's great.
Just very normal stuff.
I'm always wanting to meet some artists that are like that.
Yeah. I love life. I love color. I love how the diffraction and facets are able to really bring other realities into
Okay.
perspective. So it makes me really excited to produce narratives based off of just, that association to how color theory allows us to really define more attributes about ourselves and personality, and how color association really allows us to think more abstract, But yeah, I love all that stuff. I really love just being me.
Do you like rainbows?
Just a little bit.
2 days ago there was a beautiful rainbow.
I know. It was
You know-
amazing.
Oh,
Of
yeah,
course. I was
yeah.
coming out of my studio, and it was full double rainbow / sunset combo. And I'm like, aneurysms. I was I had my assistant, we were going crazy taking pictures. But it's very important. Just nature has given us these dynamics of how physics and light wave theory really diverts into all these different, realities of light and because we live our life. If it wasn't for light, we wouldn't have life, It's just in everything. We need that optimism to really apply into our day-to-day reality. So it makes me really happy to create a narrative based on, and I'm sure you do, you as well. Your body of work is so beautiful, and I'm so excited to be a part of this type of exposition and group show. I think it was beautifully curated and
Beautiful.
beautiful creation, and amazing artists. So yeah, just casual,
I'm Renee Phillips.
And I'm Devora Perez.
And what is your favorite color?
Neon pink.
Oh, I'm working in neon pink right now. It's so
Isn't it
good.
beautiful?
It's so good. And you know what? It does different things because of the fluorescence in it.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what I love most about it.
I think for me it's kind of tied into Miami.
Yeah.
So you think about the sunset, standing on the beach, and I think it's the strongest color you can see.
Yeah. But don't you find that in the sky you only get that fluorescent in the summer?
Yeah.
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 Because it's kind of gone now.
Yeah.
It's more subtle. We're getting into like I see more lavender now than the hot pink.
Absolutely.
Which I think is cool.
Yeah, so in some of the works, you see that there's like a different array of colors. So I'm using kind of like purples and like blues and yellows.
So were you inspired a lot about nature?
Some of the work. So the color series is inspired by Miami Beach, right? Just I was thinking about like going down Ocean Drive.
Yeah.
And neon lights, right? That Miami vibe.
Right.
And I was born and raised here, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like the vista through which I see the world, right? Like
Right.
Miami is my lens, right?
Yeah.
And so this work is about kind of the environment, human impact, the built environment, right? In contrast to like nature.
Right.
So it's like different series.
I have a very similar theme to my work as well.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
very
love it.
cool.
Yeah.
It's interesting the tie between color and nature
Absolutely.
that we would choose the two to use together. I was also born and raised in South Florida.
Oh, really?
So maybe that's the tie. It's like Florida has so many colors.
Absolutely.
It can't help but fall its way into our work.
Yeah, it's kind of like
And we were
almost
raised
summer
on
all along.
yeah,
Huh.
exactly. We were raised with the Everglades,
Absolutely.
learning so much about how it's, being ruined by man.
Absolutely.
So it's very interesting. So can you tell me what kind of material is in there?
So then what you have is concrete in one
Okay.
and asphalt in the other.
Ooh.
So and to me they allude to the construction, something
Yeah.
man-made, a process, right?
Yeah.
And so the whole kind of structure is meant to be ambiguous. Like it's not obvious if it's like in construction or in process of like dismemberment.
Right.
And I wanted to leave it open for like interpretation, right? And so what you see encased in like both, I guess, windows, right? Because they're suspended, they almost like windows.
Yep.
Is like this kind of construction material that we use, and I was thinking about its associations to like society, right?
Yeah.
Like everything that we built, our ideologies around it, and so questioning like where are we going, right? And I was specifically thinking about like year 2020. It was such a hard year,
Yeah.
right? With the pandemic, the political climate, environmental issues, and so I thought, where are we going as a nation? Right, and so that's what the work is about: is erasure in the making. So where are we going, really? Are we
Yeah.
rebuilding ourselves, our image, or starting from new? I'm not sure.
So what do you find yourself creating right now? 'Cause don't you feel like every month holds its own energy?
It does.
It's like, this month is so effed up, and then this one, there's hope. Oh no, I'm confused again. I don't know. It's so interesting
it's
to channel.
Hard. It's hard for me because my process is kind of like sketching,
Yeah?
and I'm kind of working my ideas around sketches. So like this work, I had it in mind for almost like a year before I
Oh,
made it.
wow.
And so, and I'll start with a sketch. Then, if I feel like if I haven't worked out the kinks of it, I'll make a little model.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll kind of go and so it's like different layers. And sometimes it just takes some time. Like artwork is time based in a way, right? And
Yeah.
you have to kind of filter your thoughts and why are we doing this? So what's the best method of display or something? you know?
Right.
And so I feel like if I'm rotating, depending on maybe like you said, what I'm feeling, what I think I should focus on at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's like it's freeing. I can do what I want when I want.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
My process is a lot quicker because if I don't put it down immediately,
Really?
it will leave me. And I'll think I will remember it, and I'll even write down the colors and the forms, so you have a vision in your head.
Absolutely, yes.
The vision completely leaves me, and I will have
Really?
no recollection of it. So I literally have to create these things like,
In the moment.
yeah, like that week I have the vision,
Wow.
or it'll totally go away. So it's great it can stay in your brain.
It does.
Yeah.
And so it could stay there for maybe like 2-3 days, and then so I'm like, you know what, I have to sketch it out. Otherwise,
Right.
I'm gonna forget it.
Right.
Right. But I feel like it's like a training, right?
Yeah.
That sometimes even when you think of an image in your mind and you want to translate on paper, sometimes it doesn't come out the same way,
Yeah.
right? Or
Yeah.
something is lost in translation.
Totally.
Right, and I feel like if even that is a practice of its own, like just sketching and like what did I really see, and trying to kind of recollect.
Yeah,
And so yeah,
right.
it's one of those things that like I think that's why sketching is so important for me.
Right.
Like part of the process, right, and then go from there.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I'd like to see your sketchbook.
Oh, many. I have too many.
Yeah.
Like they're not filled yet, and I just kind of keep jumping around. It's like a habit that I had when I was younger.
Yeah.
To take a sketchbook with me, and I still have it.
That's
Take it
awesome.
with me, and you never know when inspiration hits you.
Right? No.
So you kind of have to be ready,
Yeah.
right?
Every so often I'll see like color formations, and I'll be like, gotta remember those color formations because they just like come out of the natural world, I think,
Right.
and then you just see them in your brain.
I was gonna ask you, like, how do you pick like your colors, right? Because like this color palette is completely different from that one.
Yeah.
That far back.
It's all based on things I see in the natural world.
Yeah.
And I'll get these color visions and I'll have to make studies of them. That's part of my process is I'll put the color visions into studies because each color does something different.
Yeah.
The pigmentation, it wants to ripple, it wants to crack, it wants to stay smooth. So I need to study the language of the shade of the color.
Wow.
And then I can apply it larger because if I want one of those like luscious ripples,
Yes.
for me it's all about getting the texture.
Yeah.
So if I want a luscious ripple, I know I can only use certain colors. But if I want to get like fissures and cracks and make it look like dry and arid,
Right.
I can use a different palette.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So, for example, like that one, I can think of almost like an aerial view of like ocean, right?
Yeah,
Like water,
totally.
right, foaming, and but then when you mention about the cracking, you think about like that desert, right?
Yeah.
Clay, you know.
Because it's
Beautiful.
yours are like looking at a map, like the topography is
Yeah.
parallel, and mine are like looking at it face down. It's very
Right.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So I was up in New York for a long time and was worried to move back to Florida. I'm from Florida. Because I didn't know like what kind of community was here. And ever since I moved down, it's like, oh, my people are in Florida. This is where they are. We all share a very similar respect for nature. We want to put it into our art. We see the colors, you know. It's very vibrant, you know, whether you choose to put that in your art or not. Like you're getting hit with it all. So.
Absolutely. It becomes part of your visual language.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So like that, I think that's one of the things that you're right on the money with. So another thing that kind of inspires me is like construction sites.
Yeah.
So when you see like mounds of dirt and asphalt and rocks,
Right.
that's something that you see all the time in Miami, right? There's always some construction happening somewhere.
Yeah.
And I feel like that leads to like process again, the man-made, the built environment.
Yeah.
And so this is why I'm drawn to using these materials as well.
Yeah.
Super interesting.
It is. We drove 95 here, and there's like, as you know,
Absolutely.
so much construction. There's rebar and rocks. And I was like, that looks so cool. I don't think I could ever do anything with it, but I wish I could, you know, because it's like so cool. But you could, you know, you see
never
those
know.
materials and you get so interested in them.
Yeah, you never know.
It's sweet because you have some linear lines to your work.
Yeah.
And I don't have any linear lines other than like the exterior of the wood panel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I mean, some of the works are like they're like a variable. So the asphalt isn't fixed. So and with movement, it can shift.
Oh, that's fun.
Also, yeah. So and it's kind of interesting that like it's kind of like letting go sometimes,
Yeah.
right? And like when the work travels somewhere, like for example, when we're taking it here, you know, on the road, there's like movement, and that also changed the landscape.
I
of the
like
inside
that.
of the work, yeah.
If you took it up north, it could freeze. Who knows what would happen?
Well, actually, I did have a work travel to like Washington for the Corcoran Museum, and you could tell that the landscape changed. So it was like the slick oil of the asphalt.
Yeah.
Like you can tell where like the valleys and the peaks were,
That's
and
cool.
then like where it kind of lowered and
Yeah.
it shifted. And so like everywhere it went, it was like a different landscape.
Very cool.
Yeah, so it's like, but I can't control it, right? It's
No,
like, it's
which is part of we
part
can't
of the work.
control the world or nature.
yeah.
Well, I love your work.
Thank you.
It's so nice talking to you. That's a great idea. Thanks.